How can you come to a wet fit and don't expect for you to get wet? You don't know it's blows you go get. You watching SAT TV.
Bring out the reading, SAT Telecoms.
Welcome to SAT TV News. I am Alicia George, your presenter. In our top stories, 5 Dominicans selected for Caribbean Top Model Competition. Jamaica to decriminalize marijuana by year-end. WhatsApp to add voice calls after Facebook acquisition. And in sports, WICB Director optimistic Windies can secure victory over England. Details of these will follow.
You're watching SAT Telecoms.
Welcome back. Following the news that Tommy Lee Sparta was denied entry into Dominica on Sunday, February 23rd, the religious circles in Dominica have said that their prayers have been answered. Chairman of the Northern Pastors Fellowship, Pastor Randy Rodney, who was vocal in protesting against the artist coming to Dominica, said he is elated that Tommy Lee was denied access into the country.
We do not believe that at our delicate stage dealing with the issue of crime and violence in Dominica, that we should have any person, any music, anything at all that will aggravate that delicate situation. So I am happy that he was denied access into Dominica. We are the pastor's body, and I speak here representing on behalf of the Northern Pastors Fellowship, as well as I join them from the perspective as well of the Interdenominational Committee on Crime and Violence. From our perspective, we believe that we have to do everything possible to keep our nation as pristine as possible, as sane as possible, especially the upsurge of crime and violence and unsolved deaths that we have had in Dominica.
He said, although the public had a choice whether or not to attend the show, the religious community had the option to speak against such an artist performing in Dominica, with what he described as demonic and criminal musical lyrics in his songs. Pastor Rodney noted when it comes to the overall responsibility of the community, someone has to take action and make decisions to preserve the environment.
Well, some of those comments are unfortunate and unfair. The Dominican population will be minded that when Movado was invited to Dominica, some of us spoke. They were reminded that there are certain activities that people have put on that we have spoken of and rallied against. What the difference with this particular one is, and it's a difference that I applaud, the difference is the Roman Catholics, the Baptists, the Pentecostals, and all people who understand faith and scripture decided to bind together to against this thing. And that has been the fundamental difference. So the whole question of hypocrisy is something that we will always call hypocrisy as far as Christianity is concerned. We are familiar with this. And I don't respond to comments of being hypocritical and so on. People expect that anything that they deem that we should speak on, we should speak on. The reality is we speak on stuff, on matters of principle. And we have spoken on stuff before. We will continue to speak on issues as the unfoldment.
Parish priest of the Portsmouth Roman Catholic Church, Father Herman Chaplace, who was also vocal against the artists performing here, said he welcomed the decision to deny Tommy Lee entry into Dominica.
Because of the lyrics and what Tommy Lee represents, we are doing that to inform, to guide our young people as to their participation in that show, because we feel strongly that his lyrics, his music, what he represents, do not represent the faith and the belief that we have in our Lord Jesus Christ.
He added, although the public has a choice to choose what they listen to, the church has the option to protest against things that undermine their beliefs. The government of Dominica, through the Ministry of National Security, broke its silence on the matter on Monday, February 24th, releasing a brief statement saying, and I quote, "Pursuant to advice received, government had concerns for public safety. The decision to deny entry was intended as a preemptive action and also to provide an opportunity to exhaust all efforts to clarify information received." End quote. However, organizer of the Tommy Lee concert, Mr. Cabral Douglas, says the artist was in no way a threat to the public. Tommy Lee was deported from Dominica on the evening of Monday, February 24, 2014. In other news, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of Dominica, has called on Dominican fathers to take up their responsibility and care for their children. The Prime Minister's remarks came as he addressed the recent closing ceremony of the Hospitality, Culinary Arts and Manicure and Pedicure Apprenticeship Training Module at the Cabret's Cruise Ship Berg in Portsmouth. 119 persons, mostly single mothers, completed the hospitality training module, which was organized through the Dominica Employment and Small Business Support Agency of the Ministry of Employment, Trade, Industry and Diaspora Affairs, and received their skill certificates from the Dominica State College. He reflected on a statement made by culinary art trainee, who is also a single mother, and has been able to successfully partake in the training. The Prime Minister reportedly stated that the men cannot leave it to the women alone to take care of the children. You cannot come and say you love her, and you have children with her, and just turn your back. The children need the financial and emotional support of the fathers as well. It is a shame to any man in the world, Dominica included, where a mother has to take the father of her child to court to give her something for this child every week, every month. You cannot do that, the Prime Minister said. Prime Minister Skerrit is the father of two boys, Malik and Dimitri Skerrit. In more stories, 3 groups of young people showed the world that steel pan music is alive and well during an event held on Saturday, February 22nd, 2014, dubbed Pan in the City. Past president of the Dominica Steel Pan Association, Miss Claudine Charles, said the event took place at 3 different locations simultaneously, all in the effort of showing the public that steel pan music is just as important as other music genres. There was a group in front of the National Bank of Dominica on Independence Street, another in front of First Caribbean Bank on Old Street, and the final in front of Shawoo's next to Orchard Restaurant on Great George Street.
We have 3 performing bands, that is the Dominica Institute for the Arts of Sam, St. Mary's Academy, and National Bank of Dominica Horticulture Pan. This was actually hosted by the Cultural Division.
How important is it for Dominicans to recognize steel pan?
Steel pan is actually promoting the traditional aspect of our culture. So this, in fact, is very important to sustain right now.
She said the association was severely affected by the sudden passing of the only steel pan tuner on island, Mr. Eddie Andre, who also taught steel pan music for a number of years. Ms. Charles is hoping there can be tutoring programs for pan music with the assistance of various business organizations to train new persons.
And we actually trying our best to recruit more persons, but of course the finance is an issue in order for us to really get that goal of ours achieved. The business community is out there. We still hope and we still wait in anticipation that you will actually come out this year. If not this year, we look forward for your support next year, because it's a bit late right now because most persons are committed to certain aspects pertaining to Carnival right now. So if you can't reach out this year, we hope that you can come up with a proposal, or we can propose to you that you would want to come and support us young people in order to sustain the steel pan, which forms part of our traditional part of culture in Dominica.
She thanked the Dominica Festivals Committee for ensuring steel pan music was part of this year's Carnival celebrations. In other stories, Dominica may be in line to receive some much-needed regional and international promotion, as 5 young ladies from the Nature Isle were selected on a preliminary list for the 2014 Caribbean's Next Top Model Season 2 competition. They were selected at the Garway Hotel on Saturday, February 22nd by Mr. Richard Young, the casting director for the Caribbean's Next Top Model Season 2.
My name is Jean Royer. I am 20 years old and I live in Cape Verde.
Okay, my name is Odessa Eli. I'm 19 years old and I'm a teacher at the Convent High School.
Okay, my name is Nicole Mawson. I'm from Portsmouth. I work at Lang and MoneyGram, multitasking business. I went up for Dominica's Next Supermodel. I didn't even do it, but I tried my best and I did whatever I had done the hard way. I did about 6 shoots so far.
My name is Les Lassa Moshilingford. I am the current Miss Dominique and I have done a lot of pageants, which isn't the best for modeling, I guess, but I'm trying to break out of that. I do have some modeling experience. I have been doing modeling now since about 2010 at different shows and pageants, and I think my most prestigious modeling opportunity I was given is being the featured model at the Nevis Fashion Weekend. I was flown over to be a model in that show.
The other preliminary model is Lena Bontiff, the winner of the 2013 Dominica Next Supermodel competition. Mr. Young stated he came to the island as a judge for the Mr. Caribbean show and thought it would be a great opportunity to look for new models to participate in Season 2 of the Caribbean's Next Top Model competition.
When they're pre-selected, I want them to package information, so a little comp card what I want created, so that it becomes consistent with all the other pre-selected ones. They're going to submit a card with a face shot, a body shot, their statistics and information that goes along with my notes, and then they will be reviewed in the collective pool of the Caribbean pre-selections, and then models are picked. There may be 1, there may be 2, there may be even 3 coming from one space, but it goes into an open category when they are all put together. And I know one of the mandates is to have the region really represented, so it's almost sure that a Dominican will be there. The possibility of whether 2 or 3 would be there is up to the caliber of the models who present themselves.
After the final models are selected, they will be part of the first episode of the competition, featuring 25 to 30 young ladies living in the house where the show will be filmed. They will engage in various challenges and projects, and the models who are not successful will be sent home. In the end, only 1 young lady will emerge as the Caribbean's Next Top Model for 2014. In other stories, 11 women and 1 man are now better equipped after completing a recent advanced abdominal therapy training at Sweet Teas, a historical site in Watton-Waven. The course instructor was Crystal Hamilton Case, qualified and experienced in integrating the holistic approach with Western medicine. She has been a certified massage therapist since 2005 and the former head instructor at La James International College for Massage and Reflexology. She started her career as a nursing assistant and has since acquired her bachelor's degree in nursing and is a national board member of Touch for Health and certified yoga instructor. The course coordinator, president of the Dominica Spa Health and Wellness Association, Ms. Martha Cuppy, stated they were grateful to have such an experienced health professional agree to take time out from their personal visit to deliver training that will equip practitioners covering areas from Soufriere to Picard on the ground. She noted that partnership with the Ministry of Health keeps them abreast of the level of chronic disease that impacts the lives of everyday Dominicans. Curfey added, stress is recognized as a major contributor to chronic disease, yet many have poor colon health, tolerating low energy, and symptoms such as PMS, celiac bloating, and poor posture, made worse by internal scarring from abdominal surgery and childbirth. This is a significant step forward in turning the tide. Course participants included Creeper De Frites, Shanna Robin, Ariane McLaw, Terry Henry, Binora Daru, Clemika Etienne, Valencia Webb, Martha Cuffey, June Allen, Defrika Thomas, Gemma Clark, and Helena Jonku. In more news, the annual Lagos Street Jam took place outside the National Cooperative Credit Union on the night of Monday, February 24th, when patrons gathered in the streets to witness live performances from Calypsonians, mainly from the Stardom Calypso tent. The Lagos Street Jam has been conducted annually since the early 80s and focuses on getting the public pumped up for the carnival celebrations.
Of a child yearning to be free, who will hear my cries for help, who will fix the broken mess. Then I hear a voice in the darkness. When you feel alone, bounced and bruised, my love prayer I won't refuse. My child, come on to me. When they treat you like a punching bag.
The stories on the hang, mommies and auntie children. Remember you certain people that can reach the next level. See how your country nice and clean. You just can't. Our rivers flowing so pristine. You just can't. Don't forget to talk about the waterfalls. You just can't. And our country having less chance. You just can't. If you see lesbian, a man backing up on man, drive your boat as fast as you can bring me. You just can't.
Calypsonian The Web gave the audience a taste of his new calypso.
A calypso has settled down and covered the skies on its battleground. Why the issues dissected, egos deflated. We wake up Monday morning playing carnival.
The event was organized by the Stardom Calypso tent and the Swinging Stars Band and featured several other road march contenders.
So I take a pato to the market. I tell you, man, well, it's tomato. All of a sudden, you man kick it in the face. I come in the pan. But there was a man in front of the market. I had no choice. I put on the mat. And I started the shield. Tomato. Yes, take it out of the store. Like you got the bird school. Like you got the bird school. Take it out of the store. Like you got the bird school. Like you got the bird school. I catch you up here. Michael Jackson did it first. He turned from black to white. So let it be known. I turn it Chinese tonight. that fast. When I eat, I shit it. When I drink, I pee it. When I talk, I must sing my song. So who gets up? I boom along the road with a big ball. I walk down. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. I jump around. I jump around.
And in court news, repeat offender Maurice McDowell is back in prison just 6 months after he was released. McDowell of River Street pleaded guilty to 1 count of theft and 1 count of malicious damage when he appeared before Magistrate Bernard Paquette on Monday, February 24, 2014. On 14 December 2013, during an incident McDowell described as a drug deal gone bad, he had attacked Kendall Langford, knocking him to the ground, stealing $140 from his pocket. In court, McDowell said his attack on Langford resulted from a sour drug deal, explaining that he had purchased what he believed was cocaine from Langford, only to find out later that he had instead been sold candle. He said he was not aware of that at the moment because the substance was wrapped in foil. Meanwhile, on 21st February 2014 at Roseau, McDowell entered a bus parked at the Delices bus stop in search of money. While there, the driver of the bus returned from running errands, saw McDowell in his bus and attempted to capture him. While McDowell tried to escape through the window behind the driver's seat, it shattered. The driver gave chase and McDowell was eventually caught. In mitigation, McDowell told the court he was expecting a baby and needed money. In August of 2013, McDowell was released from prison after serving 1 year 6 months for thefts. On each count, McDowell was sentenced to 6 months hard labor. The sentences are to run consecutively. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.